It means that she rules, she controls, right? She sits on many waters. Let me ask you, what are those many waters that she sits on? Go with me to verse 15. Verse 15, it says, then he said to me, the waters which you saw where the harlot sits are peoples, multitudes, nations, and tongues. Are those the same groups that the three angels' messages go to? Yes. Do the three angels' messages go to every nation, kindred, tongue, and people? Absolutely. Who does the harlot sit on? Every nation, kindred, tongue, and people. So why does God send these three messages? He sends these three messages to say to the people upon whom the harlot sits, get out of there before the plagues are poured out and before you are destroyed. So the question is, which three messages are we going to listen to? Are we going to listen to God's three messages that are from heavenly origin? They're the preaching of the everlasting gospel with absolute power and velocity to all of the world to gather people on God's side. Or are we going to accept the three messages of these evil spirits who are fallen angels who have the intention of gathering us not on God's side, but on Satan's side? You see, the book of Revelation tells us that there's only going to be two sides at the end of time. Those who have the seal of God and those who have the mark of the beast. So fact number 5 is that these messages are worldwide to counteract the worldwide message of these three counterfeit angels' messages that come out of the mouth of the dragon, the beast, and the false prophet. Now let's go to fact number 6. These messages are supposed to be proclaimed in their proper order. You say, what do you mean by their proper order? You know, if you try to proclaim the third angel's message without proclaiming the first and the second before, people will not be able to make sense out of it. In other words, the messages must be proclaimed in their order. The first message we need to proclaim and understand first. Then we'll be ready to understand the second. And after we understand the second, we will be ready to understand the third. Now you say, how do we know that they are sequential and that we need to study them in their order? Notice Revelation chapter 14 and verse 6. 14 verse 6. Then I saw another angel flying in the midst of heaven. Okay, so you have an angel that flies in the midst of heaven. Now notice verse 8. And another angel, what's the next word? Another angel what? Followed. Is there an order here? Most certainly. And then notice verse 9. Then a third angel followed them. Is there an order to the three angels' messages? Most certainly. And if we get the order wrong, people will never listen. You say, what do you mean? Let me explain. The reason why Babylon falls in the second angel's message is because Babylon rejected the first angel's message. Are you with me? When you go to Revelation chapter 18, God says, Babylon is fallen, come out of her, my people. So people say, why should I come out? You say, yeah, come out of her, my people. Why should I come out? Do you know the reason why? Because Babylon has rejected the first angel's message. So before people are ready to come out of Babylon and join God's forces, they need to understand the reason why. And the first angel's message gives you the reason why. The first angel, you see, has 3 imperatives. It has 3 commands. The first angel's message says, fear God. By the way, that's not just counsel. That's not just, I hope you'll do it. It is an imperative in the Greek language. It says, fear God. Give glory to Him. Because the hour of His judgment has come, and worship Him who created the heavens, the earth, and the fountains of waters.